It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias Podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias Podcast. You know what I mean? We got AK in the building. Your boy is in the building, of course. And it's time for another pop culture episode. We got topics on topics on topics. Every Friday we dropping. If you weren't aware of the new release date, it's Fridays. We out here dropping pop culture and whatever we choose to bring to you. So come for the bias and we're going to give it to you. And before we get started, I got to say, yeah, for the Braves. Congratulations for winning the 2021 World Series. You know how I'm rocking right now. Shout out to all the Atlanta Braves fans out there. Shout out to the city of Atlanta. Shout out to the Atlanta Braves. This season, we didn't think it was going to happen once Ronald Acuna went down. We weren't looking good before the trade deadline. But after that, we just skyrocketed, overachieved. In the playoffs, we went ahead and, defeated the odds. We're underdogs every series, Brewers, Dodgers, and even Houston Astros in the World Series. We overachieved. We did what we were supposed to do. Why am I saying overachieved? The last 2 years, we wanted it. We should have got it. But this year, we really got it. We're going to get it again next year once Ronald Acuna comes back because he wasn't with us. But re-signed Freddie Freeman, and we're going for another one. All right. But without further ado, let's get into these topics. Fetty Wap. We're hearing about him again in the news, but for now it's for bad reasons. Him and his crew got caught by the cops, arrested by the cops at Rolling Loud, New York, having heroin, cocaine, fentanyl, about $1 million worth, and a bunch of other drug paraphernalia. So it seems like he's going to be going to jail for a long time. It's alleged. I don't know all the facts as of now. So he could be innocent for all I know. But for now, it seems kind of like a bad situation. Have you heard about this? How you feeling about this?
Yeah, a bad situation. I mean, unless he give over some names or something, I don't know. But yeah, he was in there coming. I mean, you would think that he made more money, right? Does he need money? Like, what was the point for having us? Was like giving it out for free just for people to have more fun because can't really have that much fun with fentanyl. I mean,
right.
Deadly as fuck. So
killing the shit out of people.
Yeah.
People have been lacing their cocaine and heroin. Maybe that's what they were doing with it, but that alone has been killing people. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe we just kind of saved a bunch of people from dying at that concert from getting that fentanyl. From them getting busted. We don't know how many people actually did get it. But it kind of gives me the feeling that people are actually looking for it out there and they're actually taking fentanyl for recreational use and it's not just accidentally getting there. It's kind of crazy. Or maybe people are lacing that shit with it and people are getting addicted to it. I don't know. Shit's wild.
Maybe.
But it brings up a bigger conspiracy theory that I've been hearing around the podcast sphere, that these big festivals such as Rolling Loud, because there's multiple Rolling Louds across the country, which headline the biggest rap names around the world, from little rap names to huge rap names. Everybody's at these Rolling Loud concerts. And I feel like a lot of these rappers that are getting popped, ESTG, one of the newer kind of like drill kind of up and coming rappers out of Kentucky, not him, I said it last time, not him, but his manager and his whole crew got popped on some RICO charges, some drug charges as well. It's kind of it seems like the big festivals are working in cahoots with the police. We kind of already know they are, to protect the artist and to protect the people at the festivals and stuff like that. But it seems like they could have some agreement with, the police and the FBI that if we give you some of these lower class artists, some of these artists that, may not be as popular as some of these other ones, maybe we can have these festivals going a little bit longer and smoother. Because, you see in these movies, you have to pay the cops pay dirty cops to do certain things, you know what I mean? For cops to give you protection at these rap concerts, these cops don't like rap. To be at these rap concerts and protect them, you got to, do something for us. You know what I'm saying? It seems that way. What do you feel about this conspiracy theory going around the podcast sphere?
Shit, it's a possibility because, I mean, when you have a big ass concert like that, you know they're gonna have law enforcement there anyways, and they do security at the motherfuckers all the time. But I mean, it's a good chance they're gonna have something, signed up with them to let them know, yeah, if we see anything out of order, we let you know. Boom, boom, get them out of here. And I
Right.
mean,
We got a tip on this guy. Let
yeah,
us know where he's at all times. You see anything fishy, let us know. We'll pick him up.
yeah,
We've been waiting. That shit's scary, but it's kind of hard for an artist to turn that down because, like with quarantine, they missed out on a lot of money. Artists like the Baby and Lil Baby were out there saying they lost millions of dollars on not being able to go out and tour and do shows.
yeah. I
So
can
the bag that
imagine.
these Rolling Louds that are everywhere, New York, Miami, San Francisco, LA, all the biggest cities in the country, to perform there, that's exposure and money. So it's like you can't really pass it up. But it's fucked
Hmm.
up that people are getting arrested there and not being able to really see that money. Because in Fetty Wap's case, shit, all that money that he was making all for his family, all that shit's going to jail now, and the police are seizing it. You know what I mean? And that's a talent wasted. He was on top of the world back in the day with his singles back a couple summers ago. You know what I mean? But nobody wants to see that happen. But getting that fentanyl off the streets, I think, is a good thing. Moving on. Oh, go ahead. Oh, you froze up on me.
I said definitely.
Oh yeah, for
Oh, my
sure.
bad. Again.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
froze up a little bit, but it's all good. Moving on to Will and Jada. Red Table Talk. Jada's at it again. Talking a little mess about the bedroom situation with her and Will. Everybody suspected back in the day what they were like swingers or whatever, but they kept it under wraps really well. Looks like a lot of shit's coming out now. She doesn't want to hide it behind those curtains anymore. She wants to put it all on that red table. Starting with the entanglement with August Alsina. Now it's back to Will's not satisfying me right in the bedroom or whatnot. You got more of the precise wording. I don't want to jumble up her words or
I
misrepresent her.
mean, I don't know. I saw like a little clip they had where she was talking to Gwyneth Paltrow or whatever. And yeah, she was basically stating that it's like he should be able to read her mind and, know what she wants and when she wants it. But that's pretty much her frustration with, the current situation. And I mean, I'm, basically just like putting in what I heard and I didn't really hear much, but you can interpret it, to what she was saying. It's another one of those situations where she's using other words like entanglement instead of what it really is. But she's basically insinuating that,
He ain't
Will,
doing it right.
yeah, he don't know what she wants, and she's not saying what she wants because she thinks that he should already know it. That's a weird thing that a lot of women think
That's really weird.
we should read their minds.
Yeah. That brings up a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? I guess he ain't no young spry August Alsina is what she's saying, which is fucked up. I think she should leave that man alone. He's done a lot for the Black community. He's been put up on a pedestal, I think, personally, as a well-represented, put together Black man that represents our culture pretty right. You know what I mean? But it seems like she's kind of trying to tear his character down a little bit, man. Just leave Will
Yeah,
alone. He's put up on this monolith in our culture that he doesn't deserve that. And, he got a little chunky now. Now you've been putting a little light to it. People calling him fat, saying you're stressing him out, making him fat. Now he's working out, putting together a documentary about working out so he can get skinny again. It's just a lot going on, man. And we want Will back to make these movies, man. King Richard is the movie that it was called. He's Serena and Venus's dad.
okay.
Yeah, that's what it's called. So yeah, just let him do his thing, man. Jada, if you're frustrated, if he did something in the past that really frustrated you and put you on blast, that hurt you, I understand now is the time to do it. And you want to put that out there, but sheesh, it's getting a little rough out there in the streets. I haven't really heard positive feedback from any side on this one from
Yeah,
her.
yeah. And then Roger, they put out like stuff talking about Will even considered committing suicide.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, and I don't know if he was talking about that, but I think he was just like putting out his own little documentary and they're like saying quotes from it.
Mm.
And I just read one before I came out here that he had what was it? Um, had thoughts about killing his father because his dad was
Whoa.
abusive.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they were saying because his dad had cancer. He said at one point he was standing behind thinking, I'm like, I could push him down the stairs. And nobody would think Will Smith did it. I'm Will Smith. It
Damn.
was like, yeah, but I mean, I don't know how true that statement is, but it might be because I know it's not something that he's doing where he's like telling all or whatnot.
I
I don't
feel
know if he's
that.
speaking anything towards his family, but I mean, like his like relationship with Jada, but I
Maybe.
don't know. They showing like stuff about you know his past or whatever. You know,
Maybe it's good promotion. Maybe this is all promotion for his movie or book and documentary. Who knows? Who knows? But man,
hey, might be.
you know what I'm saying? Because all this shit is kind of public knowledge with their relationship, and now they're just saying it out loud for public consumption.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay,
definitely.
why are you guys doing this again? But moving on, do you care about Facebook changing its name to Meta?
Is that real?
I think it is real. They're changing their base name, not the app, but their base company name to Meta.
Uh-huh.
I guess there's a PC company already called Meta, but they're willing to give the
Hmm.
name up for $20 million. But I don't think you want to go to battle with Facebook. I don't think you got the bankroll to, you know, hold out for too much more money. So maybe they'll just give them that little 20 mil and just move on and keep their name. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I would take 20 mil for a name that nobody else knows anything about.
Right.
Meta, Meta.
Meta. Yeah, it's weird. META.
It's like the meta humans on DC.
Right. I don't know. That's why they're trying to get it as close to Marvel and trying to eat off the superpower wave. But yeah, I guess they're changing their base company's name to Meta. People are kind of skeptical of it, trying to, say the company's trying to erase some of the shit that went down when Instagram and Facebook went down simultaneously. They're kind of trying to say like they were doing some fishy shit, trying to cover up some political shit that was going on at the time, and try to cover that up. So they had a glitch that lasted for hours and hours, which is kind of crazy. But all in all, it doesn't really matter to me. Billionaires doing billionaire things. Meta, Facebook. I don't really use Facebook as it is. I use Instagram too. I use Instagram a lot. So, like I said here on that front. Let's see what else. We are working on a superhero. I know I didn't want to spoil it too much, but we are working on a superhero world, a group of heroes and villains, a whole like world of super powerdom. I don't know what to call it yet, but I've been thinking of a whole bunch of stuff: characters, main character storylines, again, villains, just different things to call the heroes and their powers. Since we're talking about meta. I had a couple of names I wanted to run by you. What do you feel about upgraded, like the upgraded?
That's the name.
Well, like for like people with metahuman powers. I'm gonna run those by you. Let me see what I got here. I got what about novels?
Novels.
Mm-hmm. Or what about for villains, the unequals?
Unequals.
So I have a lot.
That's a fucked up name.
Well, but it's like more of like a double entendre because it's like nobody's equal to them. But it's
Yeah,
like,
but that's what they call themselves.
yeah.
That sound. I mean, that sounds.
Well, because they're the metas. I mean, like they're the powered, but they're like the villain version of them. So that's
Uh-huh.
what they're probably gonna call them. So I don't know. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'll be at work just kind of writing down ideas and stuff. I was gonna write down
Okay.
a character and start down a storyline for a character, but I just thought I would brainstorm names and stuff to kind of put
Unequals.
and I'm just gonna, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Back to these topics, but yeah, coming soon, we're gonna start doing the character, maybe, a character a month, trying to get a storyline out there, design the character. I got a homie out there that does some graphic design, does a lot of animal characters. We can get some animal characters out there. They ain't all got to be human. You know what I'm saying? We can do many, many things. I think coming out of the best of bias, I think we can get some good stories and stuff. Maybe sell some scripts to some movie writers and shit like that. A lot of shit that could happen. But back to these topics. Ice Cube turning down a movie, $9 million movie deal because he didn't want to get vaccinated. How do you feel about that? Would you turn down a $9 million bag based on not wanting to get vaccinated?
I would not know. He has the money too, I guess, turn whatever down. I understand. I mean, if you don't want to do it, Shit, I can feel it. I really don't want to do it, but I'm end up doing it anyways. But if you already got the money to, you know, turn down 9 mil, the 9 mil you said.
9 million. He is the commissioner of a 3-on-3 basketball league. He is doing big things, and I'm sure he has his hands in a bunch of other things in LA. That he doesn't need to be forced to do something to make some money. And I feel like his name and his his word is bigger than $9 million, and I'm sure you can make that money up anywhere else. So I feel that. I feel that a lot, but I don't know. I feel like the average person wouldn't necessarily do that.
Yeah.
Pass up a pig. I mean, I guess some people are in a way because they're actually deciding to leave their jobs rather than get vaccinated. So it's kind of in a way, you're giving up a big sum of money to not get vaccinated. But it's an interesting concept because I think it is kind of fucked up that you'll lose your job if you don't get vaccinated. But at the same time, I think it is kind of fucked up to have to be susceptible to getting COVID because you have to work with someone that is unvaccinated. I don't know. I see both sides. I feel like people shouldn't really get forced to doing anything they don't want to do unless it involves murder or some shit like that. But it's a sensitive subject, but I feel like shit, $9 million, when you hear it like that, it's like, fuck. It's a lot of fucking money. If he was making the money, if he was making the movie in California, he'd probably only get half of it anyway. But fuck it. Also, talking about not making movies, are you a fan of the Will Ferrell movies? Elf, the movie?
Yeah, of course. Will Ferrell's funny as hell. That brother's my favorite.
He's funny as fuck. I like Talladega Nights a lot. That shit is straight up comedy.
That one's funny as hell, but Step Brothers is still my favorite.
Yeah, it's the same two guys in that bitch too. But he turned down making Elf 2, and we're willing to offer him $29 million to be in that movie. And he was saying it wasn't vaccination related. He just didn't want to be in it just because he didn't like the script.
I wonder if they weren't willing to rewrite that shit, because I mean,
29 exactly. For $29 million, they were willing to do anything for you to be in it. It seems like they could have changed that script for him. I feel like in a snap of a finger. But he did say that he felt like when he was doing Elf 1, that was going to be the end of his career because he wasn't really like at his happiest when making the movie. Which I really like that movie. It introduced us to Zooey Deschanel from The New Girl, which is hilarious. Yeah, it was a really good movie. I remember seeing that, and it reminds me of Christmas, man. Nostalgic kind of time. So, shout out Will Ferrell. Whatever you're doing now, I'm sure it's going to be 10 times better and more monetarily gaining to you than $29 million. I hope at least, shit, because that's a lot of money to pass up if not. For all the DC fans out there, I think the filming of Aquaman 2 is going to get pushed back a little bit. Actually, is the movie already recorded? I don't think it's recorded already. I think it's filming now.
Aquaman 2, I feel like they've had like trailers and shit, right?
I don't think so. They just dropped the title. I think they just in like at the whole the super fandom thing. They dropped I don't know if they dropped the trailer necessarily. I think they just dropped the title and a date for the second one. So I think he actually has COVID now, so they may delay and we may see a pushback in the movie coming out, which I'm really interested to see Black Manta a little bit more. Yaya, I forgot his last name, but I think he was in my aunt's husband, Yancey, his fraternity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he knows him. He's like good friends with him. It's kind of crazy. He's in hella movies now. He's going to be in Matrix. That fool's in another new movie that's coming out.
Oh, yeah, I do.
It was in another new movie that's coming out, like I forgot something that's dropping, something brand new that's kind of tight. That he's in that shit too. That fool's getting a bunch of new roles. I think it's like a super.
He was on Candyman too.
Yeah, he was Candyman. He's in a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But
I think he was even in that HBO version of was it Watchmen?
Watchmen, yep. He was the blue dude, Dr. Manhattan.
Yep. He's been shit, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Next we got a little rich people talk, I guess. UN Director David Beasley is proposing that billionaires Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk give up about 0.36% of their fortune to help end world hunger. They say $6 billion from them could help 42 million people never not go hungry and survive. I'm gonna save a bunch of lives. Elon Musk responded, "Yeah, we're willing to meet on Earth or in space to discuss. And just if you have a good plan and tell us where our money's going to go, I'm willing to sit down with you and discuss it." But they think that he's just blowing smoke, trying to get money from the billionaires and try to bully them into giving away their money. How do you feel about this situation? How do you feel about billionaires being philanthropic? Do you think they should be more with all the money they have? Because, that is kind of true. It seems like it'd be, if you just gave up a couple billion from all the billionaires in the world can just probably be nobody go hungry. The homeless can have homes and shit like that.
Yeah, but they have to come up and sit down and come up with a legit ass plan of how to get this shit going, because you don't want to just feed a bunch of motherfuckers. Because food has to be grown and whatnot, but you don't want to just feed a bunch of people that have or ate for that time period and then it's over.
Oh, you're freezing a little bit. My bad, man. Uh-oh, I lost you for a long time. Okay. When he comes back, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to continue what we think these billionaires should do. But he's been frozen for a long time right now, so I don't know if he's going to come back anytime soon. But yeah, if Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, donate some.
What happened? You still there?
I don't know what's just happening. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back. You were talking about Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, their philanthropic activities, what they should do to help stop world hunger or save world hunger.
Yeah. I feel like they should have a plan and figure out the right way to get it out there, or pay some people who are trustworthy to come up with a plan, because when you're throwing that kind of money around, you can't really do. You can do a lot, but you can also get a lot of people, doing some dirty shit inside of there, because there's always snake type individuals who are trying to figure out ways to capitalize off that money instead of giving it to where it needs to go, but scamming the fuck out of them. So they gotta do everything. So when you try to help out other countries and stuff, a lot of times they'll have corrupt ass governments and shit who are trying to put their way, get their way on a situation, or at least try to make some kind of money off of it. But with that kind of money, they definitely can do some shit. They can definitely touch some shit. So
yeah, for sure. It's nuts. Yeah, I want to see if that kind of progresses. Maybe people can push for that a little bit more, and maybe get some plans out there to help the people, man. Because I've driven through the cities out here in the Bay Area, over here in Antioch, Pittsburgh, and all these areas. See these compounds of homeless out there in tents. It's like that money that you can get. I see these tiny home communities that they're building out there. A lot of stuff can happen with that. Those billions and billions of dollars. Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk now worth 200 and something billion dollars. You know what I'm saying? Just give away the last 8.7 he's worth, and just help some people, man. I'm sure that's what he does already, but it's fuck, you can do so much more with that money.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving on to Lil Nas X versus Lil Boosie, round 573. Yeah, so I guess Lil Nas X was trolling Lil Boosie and said recently that he was going to be featured on one of these next Lil Nas X songs, and Lil Boosie didn't take too kindly to that. He went to Instagram or Twitter, one of these. I think it's probably Twitter. To cuss him out, going to call him a bunch of a bunch of slurs, a whole bunch of derogatory slurs, telling him he should kill himself, going off kind of wildly on him. Just kind of in response to Lil Nas X trolling him, and it just got worse and worse from there. So far that his brother and his dad have to jump in and kind of protect his son, because Lil Boosie is going off, and you know what Lil Boosie about? He ain't gonna hold his tongue, and he is willing to go. It's about that action. So, what do you feel about this situation?
Lil Boosie say something about you fucking with a gangster.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, golly.
I think we definitely I wouldn't have came at him like that, because I don't wish death on nobody, but I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you gotta realize there's people in this world that are like that, that
Yeah.
you can push on them, but you don't really know what their reaction is gonna be, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he was trying to get headlines by saying that shit. He was, you know, trolling, reaching for something, and Boosie gave him what he was looking for. So if it like changed anybody's like process on Boosie, he's done shit like this in the past, so
Yeah.
you kind of know
Yeah.
his MO is. But
Yeah. You
I
kind of do.
mean, it's kind of yeah, some crazy shit.
People think that it's trolling and kind of just doing that for the public, just kind of get popularity and just kind of get some exposure. Them two, and just that's kind of like not Lil Nas X is kind of like known for now, trolling people and
Yeah,
kind of keeping them in the know and in popular media just right now, pop culture.
yeah,
It's interesting, but I don't know. He kind of went far, telling people to kill themselves and shit like that. It's a little
yeah,
much. He needs to kind of like, you know, he has a kid still. He's a young guy, so just let it go. He's twice his
yeah.
age. The dad getting into it and them trying to make it go a little gangster, a little more gangster than it needs to get. I don't think that needs to happen, especially in our community, our rap community. They're already trying to take it down and label us as something that we're really not. So let's just keep it cordial and cool, and just you guys just don't cross paths anymore. Just don't text about each other. Don't talk about each other. Some more sad news. Henry Ruggs, receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, second-year receiver. He was in Las Vegas driving inebriated, going 154 miles per hour down, I think Rainbow Street or Ave, something like that out there in Las Vegas, and rammed into the back of a RAV4, setting it ablaze, and the person in the car actually passed away. The car set on fire, and her and her dog passed away. This kid, he's a young guy, man. He had a loaded weapon in the car as well. Young guy, man, just making his name. Football team just got to Las Vegas. This is not good for the NFL, not good for Las Vegas, not good for the families involved, not good for the young guy's career. His career is over, obviously. In Las Vegas, they don't have probation, so he hasn't. In this case, he's already seeing a minimum years of 2 to 20 years in jail, if convicted. So, and I mean, he's guilty. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He was in the car. He was drunk. He had his girlfriend in the car with him, or another girl in the car with him. Crazy situation. How you feel about that?
I mean, that's sad as fuck. Cause I mean, he killed like some young girl too. She was young, had her dog in the car, and I mean, yeah, I feel like motherfuckers get out there driving like my thought process is everybody always says, "Oh, I drink, you know, I drive," and nothing happens. But if you're out there doing that shit, it just hasn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you should know what your consequences are. Like if you got in the car drunk, you knew what the consequences was. You know?
154 miles per hour in a Corvette, smashing. That's
Yeah,
nuts. It's fucking
yeah.
nuts.
Like, what's the point of even going that fast? That's why like, I don't understand the point of purchasing cars that move that fast. I like fast cars, don't get me wrong, but like,
Where are
when
you
the
gonna
fuck would
drive it
I?
that fast?
Yeah, when the fuck would I need to drive it that fast? Unless I just don't give a fuck at
Right.
that current point in time. But or if they got a race car track somewhere. But even then, I ain't a fucking race car driver. I ain't pushing it that. I can't see myself trying to reach those type of speeds. It's just not
Right.
me.
RIP,
Yeah,
RIP Paul Walker. But if it happened to him, it can happen
yeah,
to any of us. And that nigga was around cars all the time. You know,
yeah,
yeah. So that's just nuts. The Raiders just cannot get away from the publicity right now. Their coach just got fired for all them emails and shit. And all their racism shit. Now one of their best young receivers got, he's off the team. They had to cut him and he's going to jail. It's even crazier that one of his best friends died in a car accident as well. So he kind of should have
yeah,
known better than do all that shit. Get a driver, get an Uber or some shit like that. And
yeah,
don't put yourself in the
definitely.
situations. You have millions of dollars and you're fucking, again, you're the breadwinner of your family. Now all your money is gonna have to go in legal fees and fucking, I don't know, pay these fucking people's families back for fucking murdering their fucking daughter. That's just
Yeah,
nuts.
that shit's crazy.
Condolences to all the families involved. That's just nuts. And shit, let's just wrap it up with one final topic I know is dear to your heart. The
Hmm.
Book of Fett trailer drops. Boba
Hmm.
Fett's series on Disney Plus is coming out December 29th. Of course, we're going to be here for the reviews of that. How do you feel? How are you excited? What you talk to me? I know you're the Star Wars expert over here. Let me know how you feel.
And I'm looking forward to it. I like the fact that he's over there taking over, Jabba's old stomping grounds and whatnot. And I noticed they have a lot of scenes where he doesn't have his helmet on, which is unfamiliar to how he was in the original ones, where he always had it on.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, it looks like it's good. It looks like he lost a little bit of weight so he can, get into the role of the actor. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it definitely because I've been waiting for some Mando to come back. And when they announced that last time, I was definitely looking forward to that shit. I'm just waiting to see what else they come out with on Star Wars. They came out with that anime shit that you watched.
Visions? Not yet.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
That shit was good.
It's really good.
Like it. I like it.
Nice.
They were all short little episodes, but there was a couple of them that were really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the first one is one of my favorite ones too. So
nice. That's good. I'm excited to see it too. Has been a void, man. We're getting Hawkeye soon, I think in a couple of weeks as well. We just saw that trailer for Cowboy Bebop. That's supposed to be dropping in a couple of weeks as well, November 19th. I know you're excited for that. How you feel about that trailer? You showed me it. How's that going? How you feel about that?
I mean, I liked it. I like the way they're going with it. I like the fact that they have at least they kept one Asian person in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Spike Spiegel was. Am I freezing up still?
Oh, you were, but you're back.
Okay, nah. But I don't know what Spike Spiegel's race was really in the show, but I mean, Asian goes with them. I thought he was, and they made the other character. I forgot his name. Jet Black, I think his name is. They made him actually black in the show.
Jet Black too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think that's his name. I can't remember, but yeah, he's in there. And they got the dude from what does he play again? Luke Cage. Yeah, the Jamaican dude from the last season.
Haitian Jack.
That was his name was? I don't remember.
I think it was Haitian Jack or something like that.
Okay, something like that. Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's gonna be a comic book ass name. It's Marvel, so it's probably like Haitian Jack.
Something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna be in it, but it looks good. It looks like they have pretty good. They have really good CG. CGI, I'm tripping. But yeah, I like the vehicles. I like the fact that they kind of sticking to the comic, but to the show.
Yeah.
Me personally, I never really watched the whole thing. I watched some of the movies, and I watched episodes if they were on, but never in order. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know the full story. But I've been watching it lately. It's pretty good though.
Yeah, it released anime on Netflix recently.
Yeah, I'm assuming I know there's one other character, but I haven't seen any pictures of that particular character. So I'm assuming they're gonna maybe end it after a couple episodes before they get to that point in the where it was in the anime, and then maybe have a season 2 with that person in it.
I feel that. That'd be dope. Another trailer dropped. Lightyear is supposed to be the hero that the Buzz Lightyear toy is based off of. Starring Chris Evans, young Captain America. It's gonna be the Buzz Lightyear character. Pixar film, of course. It's gonna be pretty epic. I forgot when it comes out, but the trailer just dropped for that. Check it out when you get a chance. Lots of good movies coming out for the fall, of course. People are gonna be wanting to get back into theaters. Eternals comes out this weekend.
I think this weekend, yeah.
Oh shit! You gotta check that shit out.
I don't know why I was hearing the shit got bad ratings, but I mean I haven't heard anything really bad about it, and it hasn't really came out.
I heard it's gonna have it has 11 characters that they try to jam in there and introduce you to.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It looks interesting, and I always like backstories and shit, especially when they're all related. So, I mean, they can go wrong with it because they have before, but I mean, if you throw a good amount of action there and make a decent story, you can squeeze something together,
I feel that. Yeah, I'm excited for all this shit, man. More content, more shit for us to talk about, man. But shit, that's all I got for now, man. The lady is out there waiting for us to watch our shows. Everybody go watch Survivor, go watch The Challenge all that reality TV competition mess out there. We used to review the challenge on the podcast, but now we're kind of more into the Marvel shows and the Disney Plus shows, but we'll get back on it soon. But right now is the point where we like to let the people know where they can find you at, aka let them know.
Kill Green, to Kill Young on IG.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it.
Keep watching the goddamn videos on the YouTube because he takes his time to put those together. I ain't got to run it down because you guys will watch it, comment, subscribe, all that shit. But it's your boy SSC_Lydell on the Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Best of Bias, you can definitely find us on Instagram. Best of Bias, of course, that's our name. And then YouTube, Best of Bias Podcast. Where else? The website, bestofbias.com. Merch coming real soon. I just got the hats sent to a place to get them made. So hats is coming out. Get yourself a Best of Bias bear merchandise. I'm gonna name the bear. We got to get the bear named out there. I might, throw the bear out there on the socials to try to get a poll going and see what the bear's name should be. But got that shit coming.
Bob the bear.
Bob. I feel like somebody Bob. I don't know. We'll throw it out there. We gonna
Bias.
Yeah, we're gonna brainstorm some stuff. It'll be another brainstorming we do. Also, we need to get these anime kumites going again, man, because I've been hearing a lot of battles out there on the socials too, and I'm trying to get a battle going. I also want to be a judge, so I stopped doing all this research so I don't get to use. God damn it. But we'll get Deshaun back on here, get some other people on here that want to participate too. But we got Friday drops, man. Friday drops. Sorry about the choppiness of this episode. We promise that we will have our Wi-Fi corrected for next time. This one's going to we have to do a little editing on this one, I can already see. But of course, we got loads and loads of stuff coming for you. Shit don't stop happening, so we're going to have pop culture all the time. New episodes, everything coming out. We're going to review the movie, of course. I don't know when you're going to see it. You ain't fucking with the theaters, I know that. They got a nice Brentwood theater out here that I could go to next to GameStop, so I can go try to find me some more pops. I'm still waiting on my fucking Vegito. But yeah, there's check out the Who Would Win podcast this week too, aka and the Best of Bias listeners. This week was Krillin versus Booster Gold. So it was an interesting battle, but I didn't really hear the conclusion of it yet. But it's a good battle. They have good battles every week. I don't want to, draw from their premise too much, so I'm trying to keep it anime. They kind of drifted a little bit into the anime and manga now too. So, but let's get these battles out here, do it for fun, because we do a little dabbling. Maybe we can get RDC World 1 to battle us out here one day and try to get us out here and test us on some anime knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But we got a lot of work to do. Without further ado, it's your boy Lydell Dinero, but I'm Lydell Dinero and he's AKA. And where's my theme song at? It's right here. Later, y'all.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. It's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias